counterpart solvency extension.
That's not what you're saying. Solvency take out.
Yes, spending
DA what?
extension.
Extension, and then
Political DA extensions.
DA extension, and then
Private sector
private
solvency
sector
extension.
counterpart extension.
Yes, ESA counterpart extension.
ESA counterpart extension, and any more?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
Okay, private sector counterpart extension.
Yeah, you said that. I understand what's already repeated. Or did you repeat it?
Did you guys say that?
Yeah. So solvency, spending day, counterpart.
Judges ready? Opponents ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
Opponents ready? 3, 2, 1. According to market listener, Monday, February 13, 2012. February 10th marked the third annual anniversary of the first ever collision between two intact satellites in orbit. The collision, which occurred in Iridium 33 Cosmos 2251 over Siberia. After the initial shock of the collision subsided, the finger pointing between the operators and satellites in the United States and Russia began. Impact. This evidence shows that after the first collision happened in 2009, the U.S. had pointed fingers for over 3 years. And even now, nobody has claimed responsibility for proving that the U.S. does not have the credibility and responsibility needed to lead this project that you're proposing. And furthermore, according to the Space Treaty of 1967, the exploration and use of outer space shall be carried out outer space. States shall be responsible for national space activity, whether carried out by government or non-government entities. This is basically saying that any country has to be responsible for their own activities in space. So therefore, responsible for like the old junk debris they create, for example. So this proves that the United States will not be able to adopt this plan because they can only clean up the portion of the debris that they have created. And also, according to Lucy Rogers, after 53 years after its launch, the early days of space exploration, but there are thousands of pieces that we cannot be sure where they came from. And nobody is taking responsibility for clearing up space, and no financial incentive to do so. So there is no incentive in the first place to do the plan anyway. Solvency take out. Technique to monitor debris already exists. According to Yahoo News Singapore, May 2011, a team of researchers have developed a method to track the movement of geostationary objects using the position of stars, which could help monitor space debris. Object or satellites in geostationary orbit (GEO) can also be found above the same point of the equator, meaning that they appear immobile when observed from Earth. By night, the stars appear to move around them, a feature that scientists have taken advantage of for decades. In order to work out the orbit of these images contain stars to act as a reference point. Again, this backdrop, we developed an optical technique to precisely observe and position GEO satellites using small enough and cheap telescopes, and which could be used to place not particularly dark, such as cities. At low Earth orbit, these remains can be tracked by radar. And above this, the level optical technique is more suitable. Telescope will take care of space news. Go to pathAviaTech.com to April 15, 2011. A sorted space plotman can bring it to orbit satellite, harming the sophisticated equipment on rendering satellite image in new partial parameters. DARPA wants to go into defensive setup with a new set of super sophisticated telescopes. The new ground-based telescopes will be tackled upon by spotting even teeny clusters of black debris before this measuring satellites at orbit. Nano space removal system. Allen telescope is key to tracking space debris. According to International Business Times 2011, there is a proposal to use antennas to help U.S. Air Force track space debris in orbit. The Allen telescope has been part of several research projects that measure the hydrogen contents of the galaxy, measuring magnetic field, Milky Way, and detecting star formation. The evidence that I just stated, is basically saying that methods are already being applied to clean up space debris. Spending day extension. According to the Economist 2007, it would be foolish to rule out the shock that might break the economy of resilience. It is all too easy to imagine virtual economies and economies. This one is basically showing that a single shock can collapse the economy. The year 2011, the global economic growth is increasing. The global recovery is running and becoming more self-sustained. With increasing robust private demand growth, but downside risks to remain, we agree to remain vigilant. Extinction. According to Byron, 2000, economic collapse will have increased conflicts. Weapons of mass destruction, WMD, are certain to be released. Will draw other nations into conflict and escalate. The resulting Armageddon will destroy civilization. Economic collapse triggers WMD wars. According to Auckland Research 2008, the Great Depression spawned the Second World War. The economic hardship can cause nations to turn to rising global debts. Economic collapse causes extinction. According to Kirkland 2008, we cannot afford to risk repeating the Great Depression economic weakness or put the brakes on economic activity when we need to hit the accelerators. These pieces of evidence represent the fact that the economy is in a very vital state, so we should not adopt the affirmative plan because we're constant. Political DA extensions. Higher gas prices cloud Obama's re-election hopes. According to around February 2012, soaring gasoline prices are threatening to undercut President Obama's re-election. Prospects and offering Republicans to easy target with prices threatening to go even higher. Obama sought to confront rising public anxiety. Higher gas prices could cause wider economic slowdown. Space research is on a tight budget. Plan breaks agreement to cut spending. According to Madsen 2011, science agencies are facing flat or declining budgets. And that environmental astronomy and leadership will often be possibly only to expand the existing ones. This shows that ESA is needed to do the plan. 20 counterclass policy. Private sectors. 1. Private sector provides economic growth. According to Real 2008, economic growth is driven by intelligent entrepreneurs operating in the free market, not by Washington spending and regulations. Strong private sector provides a foundation of strong economic growth and benefits all America. This shows that private sectors increase economic growth. Privatization boosts economic growth. According to Bone 2011, providing demand should encourage new providers to drive prices down further to benefit both man and unmanned spaceflight. Private sectors are more efficient than government at spending. According to Stats 2011, the private sectors can spend more effectively than government bureaucrats. As a result, the government's role in space exploration should be minimized. This evidence shows that we should not let the crisis federal government resort this time through the plan because private sectors are more capable of adopting the mission to clean space. Private sector is crucial for tech breakthroughs. According to Warman's 2010, shifting more to cost the private sectors and international partners will help alleviate the burden of U.S. taxpayers. Technological breakthrough can easily be integrated into future systems. Private sector is more efficient in all areas. Oceanus McDowell 2011. The large cancer to put incentive for capability for shipping the hands of private sectors. Because private sector organized is linked to 5 factors. Accuracy, completeness, trustworthiness, timeline, Politics and other factors are realm of the state. The private sectors can operate outside of these spheres and influence. ESA's counterplan policy extension. When ESA budget rises to $4 billion as 14 nations groups contributions. According to PUB, the Selling 2011, 14 European Space Agency speaking members national have agreed to raise their contributions. The agency has given an overall 7% budget increase to 2.97 billion euros. The additional money could be provided to financial issues. This shows that ESA is more financially fit to adopt this fund. EA has no plan of militarization. Europe has no plans of world leadership. According to ARMS 2011, the European Defense Agency is poised to sign an agreement with the European Space Agency. For these uses above, we urge you to vote negative.